Hey Saber fans, this is Gray Paladin, and I'm going to review the Curved Hilt Bad Axe by Genesis Custom Sabers. Let's get in close and start with some dimensions. As you can see, this is a true curved hilt, and as far as the dimensions and the length go, whether you measure from the pommel straight up to the emitter or from the pommel straight across to the emitter, it has a length of 11.5 inches. It has a width or grip of 1.4 inches, a blade depth of 2.3 inches. There isn't really a resonance chamber because the saber pommel goes right up next to the speaker. However, there's a little bit of space, but I think it's minuscule enough to not really warrant a dimension. And then the weight, it's just under 1 pound, but very well balanced, extremely balanced. So when you take a look at this, there's a lot going on with this hilt. So at the top of the emitter, you have this basically a scoop, or almost like a blade protector there. And then you've got this silver band at the top of the emitter, and then this window here. You can see there how it kind of goes down straight and then kind of has a slope out. Right here, this is a nice aesthetic feature. It's not windows, though it appears to be, but this is really nice. I like this feature. And this is a nice, shiny, polished aluminum here. Getting into the switch section and then the recharge port, it did include this kill key there. When you get into the grip, this is a like a textured aluminum here. Really nice grip. Feels good in the hands. Doesn't slide even if your hands, tend to sweat or whatnot. So this is a really nice, good, firm grip. The pommel is a bit beefy, not heavy by any means, but it's a really good size, and I think it adds a nice counter to the hilt. Speaking of the pommel, down here this actually comes with a normal screw, which you have to use an Allen key for. But I put in a thumb screw because, one, I think it balances nicely against the thumb screw for the blade retention. And it's also just nice and easy and convenient for removing the pommel to get access to the SD card and the speaker. It's a true curve, like I said, so the curve is right in the body. When you look at Count Dooku's lightsaber, the curve is at the emitter. But this feels really good, so you have a nice curved grip there for a nice angle, or you can grip it up towards the top of the emitter, and there you can get more of a straight or standard saber feel. Notice at the bottom here, this is quite bulky, but I like this. It's a really nice feature there that looks very nice. And on the bottom side is the auxiliary switch and this nice red tactile. I think that suits the saber well, because when you're holding it here, your index finger's right there, ready to hit that auxiliary switch. Like I said, again, nice thumb screw there for the blade retention. So everything is just very ease of use with this saber, which I like very much. And I've got the CoverTech wheel over here on this side. Now I'm going to remove the pommel so you can see a bit how the inside works. Access to the board is relatively easy, but it has its little thing that you have to kind of maneuver around. So there's a speaker in a nice housing, which is great. And this comes with a quick connector on there. So if you ever have an issue and need to replace the saber, just detach it right there and boom, there you go. So really nice and convenient. So there's the soundboard. It's the Crystal Focus 10. You want to get access to the the SD card, you just give that a little push, pull it right out, and then you can have access to your files and whatnot for edits and customizations. Put it right back in. No tools needed at all with this saber, which is awesome. Now, one thing that I do want to point out with this saber, having that quick connector, what I ended up doing was I got the same connector and you can just easily remove this. And then I got a 1/4 inch, I created a 1/4 inch jack direct input module. And so now with this, I can just plug in a wireless transmitter and I can start recording sound directly to a recording device without having to worry about going through the speaker and getting low quality. So look to this in some future videos, having this ready to go, so I can just connect it right in there, plug in my wireless transmitter, and boom, we got some great direct sound. So enough of that. I'm going to put this back together, and then we're going to pan out and we're going to see what this saber can do. All right, so let's see this in action. I have a couple of curved hilt lightsabers, and this is, I have to say, my favorite. The first one that I have here is Count Dooku's lightsaber. Now this is technically a curved hilt, and it feels really good, but sometimes it's not quite as balanced when the blade is in. And then I also have the Saberforge Vanquish. Now this one here, the curve is not as aggressive as this, but it's heavier, longer, and again, when the blade is in, it doesn't feel quite as balanced. But this Genesis Custom Sabers Bad Axe feels really good in the hand. It handles extremely well. It's very comfortable, and it's very well balanced. So once you pull your kill key, it's Crystal Focus 10, boots right up. I have a purple illuminated AV switch. That's by choice when I ordered it. And then just one tap to power it on. Like I said earlier, there are two main positions you can hold this. You can hold it right at the curve, which does give you a nice advantage when swinging the saber. It gives you those angles that you might be looking for. Really good for stabs and points. The other ideal position, especially when you push the auxiliary button, and that is right up by the emitter. And here, it gives you more of a traditional feel and also gives you quicker flourishes as well. That auxiliary button is right down here, right on the index finger, which is very easy to access. And what's also nice about this larger, thick piece of metal down here, notice how this curve is here. It's perfect for locking in that index finger and making sure that the saber doesn't slip out of your hand. Again, this is designed to fight with, which is really great. And then there's that nice window on the emitter that I was speaking of earlier as well. And again here, this doesn't shine through, but it does have a nice look to it. The kind of textured grip here, perfect for the hands. Saber's not going anywhere. And even with this, an Obiani is still very well practical. I mean, you can't quite get the same rotation here. It might feel or look a little lower, but you can still manage it. And then also, if you are a two-handed grip person, you can do that as well, which is nice for these curved handles because when you got that hand here, you really get good strikes, lots of power coming down, slashing across. So that's really, really nice. This saber handles extremely well. It's the best saber that I have in my collection. This right now, the volume of the speaker is extremely loud, it's great quality, and this is probably down to maybe 50 or 60%. It can get much, much louder, but I just wanted to save the speaker, not really push it too much. So this saber here is just the all-time unicorn. And please watch my unboxing video if you haven't already. just to kind of see my exploration and my long wait to try to get this saber. But this is the Genesis Custom Sabers Bad Axe. I love it very much, and if you can get your hands on one, trust me, you will not be disappointed. Thank you very much for watching, and may the force be with you.